Welcome back to the DSFL radio. 2nd and 1 with the Cowboys up by a touchdown. Staubach back to throw, looking right side, swing route complete. Emmitt Smith breaks a tackle across the 40. Stiff arm out of bounds at the 37. Emmitt with his 3rd catch of the day. And 57 yards just shows on how impressive this Cowboys running back is doing in the receiving game. Breaking one, stiff arming another, and then out of bounds on his feet after a 3rd missed tackle. Looking the replay here, just a tremendous effort, and the Dallas Cowboys are lucky to have this guy in the backfield. Emmitt Smith, one of the best running backs to ever play in the NFL. 1st and 10, a new set of downs for the Cowboys at the Eagles 37, knocking on the door, another broken tackle. There was 2 just on that play alone, only to get back to the line of scrimmage. And Dallas is lucky to have this running back. He is an elite pass catcher, is also racked up 30 yards on the ground as well. Nearing the century mark in total yards from scrimmage, Emmitt Smith really has gotten things going. He has the only touchdown scored in this game, also 3 catches as well. As long as Emmitt Smith flows through this offense and performs well, this Dallas team will be rolling. They're leading in this game primarily to this Dallas running back, as the receivers have not been able to get things done, and Staubach is under 50% completion, also has 2 INTs in the game. 2nd and 10 from the 37, Staubach to throw. Another pass aimed Emmitt Smith's way, but that one incomplete over the head of Emmitt Smith. It's 3rd and 10. The lone commentator here for the final 5 minutes of this game is Nick Rice. We will not have Jason Hirsch or, of course, Noel Booker, the co-commentator, with us for this final part. Unfortunately, there were things unable to get done here. 3rd and 10. Man in motion, that's Jason Witten from right to left. 3 tight ends to the left side, and Dorsett is aiming that way, unable to get past the line of scrimmage. Trent Cole to bring him down for a tackle in the backfield. A trip over to Washington, and a game break between the Redskins and the Vikings. Jurgensen connects with Desmond Clark for a touchdown. That's Gary Clark, for the long touchdown, and the Redskins are still in the game. We'll see the final 2:46 after another game break. James Brown will bring that to you. 4th down and 11 from the 38. We're rounding out. 4:30 to play in this final quarter. Back to punt is Matt McBriar, and he is aiming it deep, and that boot will be out of the back of the end zone, and that will be a touchback, an 18-yard punt. After a very promising drive, Dallas only gets 18 yards on that punt, and Philly pretty much in touchback territory here. LaShawn McCoy from the 20-yard line in the Wildcat formation. Carmichael, the man in motion. He gets the call from the left. Spin move 30. Breaks a tackle 40 across midfield. Open green grass to the 30. Dion cannot get him down to the 10-5. Standing up into the end zone, LaShawn McCoy. Philadelphia touchdown. And this Cowboys crowd is dead silent. LaShawn McCoy just took that one the distance. After one spin move, he was gone. The entire Dallas defense, as you see here, flowing towards McCoy's side, and just could not find this elusive running back. He's a one-cut type of guy that has the speed to burn, and Philadelphia, one big play, and they are tied in this game. Dallas giving up a huge play, and we will see the final 4 minutes here between the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys, where it's anybody's game. McCoy ties it at 10, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Welcome back to kickoff here in Arlington, Texas. 4:11 to play. Akers to boot it deep. Dorsett in the end zone out to the 10, 15, left side 20. Shimmies to the touchback territory, which is the 20-yard line. As that stat shows below, it certainly has been a story of 2 halves for this Dallas team. Fresh set of downs at the 20-yard line. They will try to improve on their very lethargic effort here in the first half. Handoff to Emmitt Smith. He got 5 yards, and that crease gives him 36 yards on the ground today. And in this fourth quarter, with the tired defense in Philadelphia, all Emmitt Smith needs to do is just pound it up inside. Keep throwing it up there in the middle, and perhaps Smith can break one later on in this drive. It's at the 25-yard line currently on a second down and say 4.5. Back in the gun is Staubach with 4 wide, including Alvin, Harper, and others to the right side. Back to throw, Staubach, no time, under pressure, and the screen pass was not able to even get off. Clyde Simmons to bring him down. And if you look on the replay here, Emmitt Smith was wide open. I mean wide open for the reception on the screen. They had 3 guys to block 1 Philly defender. But, I mean, if you have the blitz on, certainly it's a lot tougher to get that ball off. Dallas with a big mistake there. Now a 3rd down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Staubach will have to make a big play here. Last thing you want after a Philly touchdown is a 3 and out, especially at this stage of the game. 3rd down and 10 from the 19. Back to throw, stands in the pocket, rolls to the right side, back to the left. Scramble, happy feet, he's looking deep, and that one nearly intercepted. Drew Pearson had his hand on it as far as trying to catch the football. Nnamdi Asomugha on the coverage along with Asante Samuel. And that one's incomplete. 4th and 10 coming up, as that one in quadruple coverage certainly did not have a chance, and that one will cause a Dallas 3 and out. So after the Philadelphia touchdown, they do nothing on 3 plays. They even lose a yard. Back to punt is Matt McBriar. Another booming kick downfield. Not a touchback this time. Deshaun from the 29. Right side angles across the 40. Face mask is not called, as he seemed to be yanked by the collar there. Perhaps not a face mask penalty. A 13-yard return, and back to the field is Randall Cunningham in this Philly offense that has had constant struggles in the passing game. LaShawn McCoy helps him out in the running game. Here's Deuce Staley, his first carry of the night. And Reggie White brings him down after a 3-yard carry. That's Randy White, excuse me. 2nd and 7 coming up, and we are nearing the 2-minute warning here. Nick Rice on the NFL on CBS from Arlington, Texas. We are at the 45-yard line of Philadelphia, and the Eagles want to wind down that clock, but not too far. And Deuce Staley certainly is a threat in the receiving game as well. Dallas should be on the lookout for that on an attempting game-winning drive. Back to throw. The blitz is on, and it is nearly picked up. Deshaun Jackson, the intended receiver, on the opposite side of the blitz there. They had a corner, Dallas did, on the left side. They threw it to the right, and that one nearly went for a big play. 3rd and 7 coming up after an off-target pass that's incomplete. And so far today, just looking at the numbers, Cunningham certainly having the better day, but certainly Staubach is able to find the end zone. But Cunningham is taking care of the football on 60% completions. That's been the key in this game. 3rd and 7, back to throw. The blitz is on, and it is incomplete. Cunningham unable to connect with his wide receiver on the right side. That's Mike Quick, the intended receiver, and that brings up a 4th down. A great flip-flopping of series here on the past 2 attempts, as after a Dallas 3 and out, Philadelphia only getting 3 yards on their past 3 plays. Overall, ever since the 3rd quarter, Philadelphia has seemingly struggled offensively in the passing game. Out to punt is Sav Rocca of the Philadelphia squad from their own 45, looking to go to the end zone, and that will go through the back of the end zone. That will be a touchback on a 35-yard punt. Dallas will take over at the 20, ensuing a quick game break from Washington between an epic battle between the Redskins and the Vikings. Anyone's game. Redskins up by a point, but with 23 seconds to go, Steve Jordan drops what would be a game leading a touchdown reception back to Dallas. Redskins up by a point in that game, but Minnesota is driving. We'll have all the updates on that later on when we get that word to you. Pass incomplete, intended for Michael Irvin. That one dropped. Simply just a terrible attempt for a catch of the football there by one of the greats, Michael Irvin. 2nd straight drop on this in this quarter. And Michael Irvin has struggled, to say the least. Nick Rice being the lone commentator here, saying that Michael Irvin is really struggling in a season where he has flourished. Despite only getting 3 TDs, he's up near 1,000 yards so far this season with 2 weeks to play. Emmitt Smith on the toss to the right side, pickup of a yard. And Dallas going to the hurry-up here, and they're 2 for 7 on third down today. Very pedestrian lifetime on this down. We'll see how they do on 3rd and 9. Staubach back to throw, intended for Michael Irvin. That one incomplete. Irvin never had a chance. That one was tremendous coverage. Nnamdi Asomugha with the deflection, and another 3 and out for Dallas. And now it's 4th down and 9. So Michael Irvin right there just trying to get some sort of leverage on the defense. Unable, no doing there, and now it's 4th down and 9. And for the second straight series, Dallas must punt the football away and back deep to receive the ever-dangerous Deshaun Jackson from the 23, out left side of the 40, and taken down at the 43-yard line with a marker on the field.
Personal foul, flipping by
and that
the
one's coming
team.
back. Akeem Jordan, the guilty party. That's a 15-yard total penalty. And now, instead of Philadelphia taking over at the 44, they're at their own 29. A huge play. And on 1st down and 10, Cunningham back to the ground. Here's LaShawn McCoy. He has a hole across midfield to the 40. Shimmy 35-30, 25-20. Sprint to the 15 and out of bounds at the Dallas 9-yard line. We have a marker down. Oh, Jason Peters, the guilty party. And that play is a huge holding penalty. As we saw the flag there, we'll take a look at the instant. Oh, he just grabbed on the waist of number 56. Sean Lee there, and a 1st and 19 is the end result. LaShawn McCoy thrown down after a 3-yard play. Chuck Howley to bring him down. 2nd and 22 from their own 17 instead of a 1st and goal from inside the Dallas 10. Boy, what a swing of events that is. After Philadelphia trailing 10-3 had the lead in their grasp. And Dallas would have had to burn all their timeouts if indeed Philadelphia cannot punch it in for a touchdown. 2nd and 22, LaShawn McCoy. No doing there. The rush defense has been stout the past 2 days for the Cowboys. 3rd and 25 is the end result. And the key for the Philadelphia Eagles, if they do indeed fall in this game. Now, the 4th quarter offense has been all Philadelphia, but the key play will be a long play by LaShawn McCoy that was brought back by Jason Peters. And Jason Peters is known traditionally as more of a pass-blocking left tackle. Could not get past that holding penalty there, and what a huge end result. 3rd down and 25 right for LaShawn McCoy, who does indeed have a hole nowhere near the 1st down. 4th down and 8 coming up, and they do indeed get out of somewhat of a hole. A pickup of 14 yards on that play. Back to another game update from the nation's capital, Washington Redskins, Minnesota Vikings. We have a final scoring update. 3rd down and 10, the Vikings decided to run the football, picked up 2 yards, and then they just decided on their automatic Gary Yepremian to bring him to the win column, a 41-yard attempt, and Washington is eliminated from the postseason after slim chances to begin with. Vikings knock them off in a big-time win. And that is huge significance in this game because Washington is now bumped out of the playoffs after their slim chance already for the postseason. Tony Dorsett breaks several would-be tacklers for the Eagles, gets to the 41-yard line, but that is huge for this team. Now Dallas has a chance to claim this game that has been all Philadelphia in the second half. Roger Staubach comes back to the line of scrimmage with a big attempt for a win here. Staubach, nothing doing on that play. 2nd down and 12 from their own 38. This perhaps could be their last attempt for a deep pass, because if it's 3rd down and long, in a sense, it'd be the best option to run the football. Staubach coming back under center after the quick Philly timeout. 2nd down and 12. From the right hash, 38-yard line, man in motion, Staubach to throw. Great protection, throwing to the left side, no one's there. Intercepted by Brian Dawkins on a terrible pass by Roger Staubach in the second interception of the half. Roger Staubach turns it over again, and now it's Philadelphia's turn to get some sort of offense here with under a minute to play in the 4th quarter. 32 seconds to play, and this thing is still a stalemate. Anybody's ball game. And as we can see here, the game can shift on one play.